Hello and welcome everyone to IT Pro Guide. Mohammed Niaz with you. In this video, we're going to see how to migrate IMAP to Office 365. We're going to do this demo with Gsuite or Gmail. So we're going to see how to migrate your Gmail or Gsuite to Office 365 using IMAP. There is a different method to do the same. We're going to do it in the second video. In this video, we're going to use IMAP, and the same tutorial we can follow for migration of other emails to Office 365 using IMAP. During the migration, we're going to go through many steps, and the very first step we're going to do is to prepare Gsuite for migration. And then the second step, we have to create Office 365 and verify the domain ownership. Then we migrate users. Then finally, we're going to route emails from Gsuite to Office 365. To make your life easier in migration of IMAP to Office 365, I have divided the entire steps into 6 sessions. In the first session, we're going to see how to create an Office 365 subscription and verify your domain ownership. And in the second step, we have to enable two-step verification, and we have to enable access to low secure application of your Gsuite. Then in the third step, we have to create application specific password. Then in the fourth step, we have to add users to Office 365. There is two different ways to add users. The first method is simple. You can just create user from the wizard. Or if you have 100 or 200 users, in that case, it is difficult to go through the wizard for one by one. So in that case, you can use a list of users and import it to Office 365. And this method is called as add multiple users. So I will show you how to do that also. Then in the fifth step, we're going to prepare for the migration with the batch, and we will see how to migrate it. Then finally, we're going to switch the MX record to Office 365 to route email to Office 365 from Gsuite. So let us start our migration. The first step we're going to do is to create an Office 365 subscription. If you already have an Office 365 subscription, then you don't need to do this. But the important step is verification of your domain, because you have to tell Office 365 that you are the owner of the domain that you're going to work. So for this, you need access to DNS host manager. For example, in my case, it is GoDaddy. So I'm going to show you how to log into GoDaddy and make the changes. Let us create a trial account for Office 365 E5. The link to access this page is available below in the description. Once you get into the page, enter your details. Then you're going to proceed to create a tenant name. A tenant name is a unique name in onmicrosoft.com domain. It can be similar to your domain name, but it is not compulsory. You can give any string as your tenant name. Here I'm going to use Adams English Club because my domain is adamsenglishclub.com. Then we have to create our first account, and that is going to be the administrator account or the global admin account, which have complete power to this tenant. And when you look at the account name, you can see that the account name is username at tenantname.onmicrosoft.com. So once you complete the ownership of your domain verification, then you can change this to your username at domain.com. Until that, you will use username at tenantname.onmicrosoft.com to log into your Office 365 admin portal. So let's log into Office 365 admin portal. When you log into the very first time to Microsoft 365 Admin Center, you're going to get a wizard, and that is the setup wizard. And this will make your life easier. The very first step we're going to do is to verify our domain ownership. And for that, I'm going to enter my domain and click to verify it. For the verification, I have to enter this text value to DNS, and here my DNS record is in GoDaddy, so I'm going to log into GoDaddy. Once you reach to the DNS manager of your domain, create a TXT record, copy the TXT value, then come to the DNS management, then click on add button, select text record, then enter the text value. Now we have completed with the text value. Now come back to Office 365 Admin Center and click to verify. Now you can see that the ownership verification has completed. The wizard will take you to create users. I'm not going to do this way. Then the wizard going to take you to install your Office applications which are part of this subscription. Then it's going to take you to migrate email messages. Our Gsuite configurations are not yet ready to migrate email messages now, so we'll do that first. Now come to the second session, that is Gsuite. We have to enable two-step verification and access Gsuite via less secure application. This you can do from Gsuite admin console. So why these steps are mandatory to migrate your emails from Gsuite to Office 365 is because Gsuite consider third-party applications as less secure applications. So you cannot access Gsuite resources like emails with the password, with the normal password. So what we're going to do is we're going to create two-step verification and we're going to tell Gsuite that please allow access via less secure application. Then in the next step, we're going to create application specific passwords and we're going to use that passwords during the migration to migrate your emails from Gsuite to Office 365. Log into Gsuite admin console. You can see this is the administrator account. When you go to the users, you can see that I have 5 users. The first step I'm going to do is to verify that I have IMAP enabled. In most cases, IMAP is enabled. Anyway, I will confirm it. For that, go to Apps, then Gsuite Core Services. Then when you drag down, you will see Gmail. Click on Gmail. Then come down, you will see end user access. Now you can see that POP and IMAP access, this has enabled by default. So you can just verify that the IMAP has enabled or not. If you are IMAP user, then you don't need to check it. Then next we're gonna enable two-step verification. For that, go to security from admin console, then go to basic settings. Then you can see that allow users to turn on two-step verification as enabled by default. So this also need to verify from your side. If not, then you have to enforce it. There is an option to enforce it now, or you can give a specific date. Now we're going to configure less secure application access to Gsuite resources. For that, go to admin console, then from the security, go to settings. Now drag down, you will see less secure apps. Click on it. Then you can see allow users to manage their access to less secure apps. You have to allow it, then click save. So now we have completed the necessary configurations required in the Gsuite console. Now come to the third session. We're going to create application specific password for each user in Gsuite. Allow two-step verification and access less secure applications can be enabled from Gsuite to all the users with one click. But when it comes to the application specific password, you have to get it from each specific user. So the best way to teach your users on how to create an application specific password and send it to you by email, or you can create a form in Gmail, or you can create a form in Google Sheet and ask the users to enter username and application specific password once they follow the document. Otherwise, it would be difficult to log into each user from the admin side and get the passwords. And this passwords, this application specific passwords, once you complete the migration, you can revoke it. You don't need to keep it for a long time. Log into your Gmail account, then go to manage your Google account. Make sure you are not in the Gsuite admin console. This is for individual user. Then click on security. Then you can see two-step verification. Click on get started. Then enter the password again. Now you have to set up your telephone number. Then you have to complete the two-step verification. Now the two-step verification has completed. Now you have to create application specific password. For that, just go back. From the same place you will find now application passwords. Click on it. Enter your password again. This time you have to complete your two-step verification also. This is gonna ask for your OTP. Just enter it and complete the two-step verification. You have to teach your users how to do this and get the application specific password from them using Google Sheets or something, so that would be easy. Now select application, enter 365 migration or something, so that it would be easy for you to revoke all the passwords, application passwords that you generated. Now copy the application specific password. Repeat this step for all the users in your organization, those who want to migrate it to Office 365, or ask your users to do this and get the username and application specific password before you initiate the migration. In the next session, we're going to see how to add users to Office 365. You have two options. Either you can add users one by one using Create User Wizard, or you can add multiple users. In that case, you have to prepare the list of users with username and other details. Then you can import it into Office 365. Then it creates automatically. So that will help you to save a lot of time. You will see both way, and you can choose one method which fit for you. To add multiple users, you have to prepare an Excel sheet like this. You will get a template of this Excel sheet from Office 365 Admin Center. I will show you how to get it. So you have to enter all the details, including username, first name, last name, display name, job title, whatever the things you need. You can fill it up in the same form. Then once you complete this sheet, you have to save it as a .csv file. So here my list is Gsuite migration.csv. Once you complete the list, go to Microsoft 365 Admin Center. From there, go to Users and click on Active Users. Then you can see Add User, Add Multiple User. Select Add Multiple User, and now you can import the list that you have created. You can see download a CSV with header and sample user information. This will give you the template. So you can download this template and you can edit your user details here. You will get another sample also from here. Let us import the file that we created. Now click Next. You have to assign the product license. Just drag the button so that the product license has applied. You can customize, and you don't need to give all the application based upon your organization interest. You can customize it here. Then click Next. Now you can see that 4 users has created, and when you download the results, you will see the password, username, everything. And also this can be emailed to administrator account. You can see that admin@tenant.onmicrosoft.com. You will receive this details, or you can download it in the Excel sheet and you can share with the users. Now this time it is safe to share these details with the user because there is no data in this account, and during the first sign in they have to change the password, so it is fine to publish this to all the users before you start the migration. Now to create user using create user wizard, go to active users. Now you can see all the users that we have created appeared now. Now click on add a user, then enter user details. Then you can create the password or can choose auto generated password. Then you can assign the license. Then if there is any optional settings like roles, you can apply here. In the roles you can see that there is an options like global admin or user admin, something like that. So if it is an administrator account or something, that you can assign roles and permissions this time. Then click next, then finish adding. Now you know how to create account in both way. You can create using add user wizard, or you can create with add multiple user by importing the file to create multiple users. Now all the users has created. Next we have to create the migration batch list. So in the migration batch list we have 3 columns. One is email address, second is username, and the third column is password. Email address is the address that you have created in Office 365. Username and password is a username and password that you need to log into Gsuite. So the first column can be different from the second column, but whatever you written in the first column is going to be aligned with the username and password in the second and third column. So open an Excel sheet, then create 3 columns: email address, then username. This is the username and password which gonna use to access your Gsuite resources. Then passwords. Now you can enter the email address, then username, then application specific password. Now my list is ready. I'm gonna save it as .csv file. You have to make sure that the extension that you have preferred is .csv when you save this file. Then I'm gonna give a name for this batch list. Instead of migrating the entire user in the first time, I'm going to try with one account, and if I succeed only, I'm going to proceed with the rest of the account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another batch list with a single account, and I will try with this account. If I succeed, I will follow the same method to migrate all other users. So this is my trial account, teacher@admin adamsenglishclub.com. I'm going to try with this. We will test this migration, and once we succeeded, we will import the other list which we created, and we will finalize the migration. Log into Office 365 Admin Center. We're gonna start the migration. Go and find Exchange Admin Console. Those who have worked with Exchange Server, you can see this is very similar to Exchange Console. Go to Recipients and Migration. Once you click on the migration, click on the 3 dots, then select Migration Endpoints. We're going to create a migration endpoint here. Select IMAP, then enter imap.gmail.com. This can be different if you are using other mail servers like Zoho or something. Then enter a meaningful name to understand this migration endpoint. Then close it. Now you created a migration endpoint. This is one time. You can use this same migration endpoint for multiple lists. Then browse and import the test batch that we have created. Make sure you selected this .csv file. Then click next. You can give a batch limit if you want. I'm just gonna skip as it is a demonstration. Now it initiated the migration. You can see the status here. You can see some data has already migrated. Click open and you can see all the steps. So this will help you to troubleshoot if you are stuck with some issue. The most common issue that comes with access, if you didn't configure Gsuite correctly, then this will give you incorrect username password error. If you succeed with username and password, then things will work smoothly. Now you can see the status has changed from syncing to synced. It means the migration has completed. You can check the details from view details option. You can see 23 items has completed the synchronization. You can download the report and verify. Now let us sign into the account that we migrated. Update your password. Now you can select your preferred time zone, then click save. Now you can see all the emails has migrated to Office 365. We're gonna repeat the same step for the rest of the emails. As we have a batch of complete users, I will show you how to import them. Now you can see that we're going to create a new migration batch only. We will not create any more migration endpoint because it is one time. Then click next. Next. So this is, I'm not going to complete the migration. This is just to show you how to continue with the rest of the emails. So you can just click start and begin the migration. Once you complete the migration, you have to change the MX record and route all your emails to Office 365. To do that, go to setup and set up your domain. Click next. The only service I'm interested is Exchange. If you have other services, you can select it. When you click next, it will show you what are the DNS records need to add to your DNS manager in order to route the email properly. So the first thing is MS record, then CNAME, then text record. The same way we did for verification of the domain. So let us add it one by one. Copy each record and add it into GoDaddy MS record. I have added MX record and I gave priority 0. Now I have to change the priority because it was before routed to Google MS record, and you can see that there is priority 1 for Google. I'm going to give a priority value 4. So lower the number, then that is the preferred route. I have to repeat the same step for auto discover and SPF record. Now all the necessary records to route your email has completed. Let us click to verify it. Now the verification has completed. So we have done with migration of IMAP Gsuite to Office 365 Thank you for watching this video. For more videos, subscribe my YouTube channel.